Morning, Peter Roshi here, Anzac Day Precinct Mt Coot-tha YouTube channel. Friday the 26th of August 2022, and I've come to Mt Coot-tha to do a recording to support a petition, the e-petition of the Brisbane City Council that Sarah Mass has up to name the site behind me, which is the old floor pad from a World War II building that was part of Camp Coot-tha, that formed an incredibly important part in the defence of the Pacific, because in this general area were floating mines and torpedoes stored and assembled. And the petition is to name this particular spot after Private Alexander Leslie, who was born in Toowong, who passed away in Toowong, and who is buried in the Toowong Cemetery, but more importantly was a Rat of Tobruk, then went on to fight in Alamein, then went on to fight in New Guinea, and was wounded in battle each and every time. Quite an incredible story. And it is just a beautiful area. The area, as you can see, is part of the complex of parks that the new Discovery Trail connects, and we are just going to have a little look at the Discovery Trail. So as you can see, Hoot Pine picnic area is quite a beautiful little picnic area. It's not all that large in comparison to some of the others, and the ribbon of concrete, which is called the Discovery Trail, runs past and through Hoot Pine. I think the Discovery Trail is about 2.4 kilometres long, but it does connect J.C. Slaughter Falls to Simpson Falls, and more importantly, it connects some 30 odd bush trails going up into the hills of Mt Coot-tha, and that is its important function. There is a series of information kiosks along the trail, and as you can see, what made the trail work is that there were these prefab bridges, which I think were made by Wagner, which were dropped into place to span Ithaca Creek. And it's just made a beautiful addition and made the whole Mt Coot-tha precinct work so wonderfully well. Now, this little area here is the top part of the Discovery Trail, and there was a petition that closed on Anzac Day 2022 to name this little place here Camp Coot-tha Place, because this actually was the entrance area into the whole Camp Coot-tha complex. And the name Camp Coot-tha is the American spelling, not the traditional Mount Coot-tha. And as you can see, the trail goes off down into the distance to Hoot Pine picnic area. So the naming of the place after Private Alexander Leslie will work in brilliantly with Camp Coot-tha, and it really is an important part of the process of recognising the history of World War II within Brisbane, and specifically in this particular case the history of the Toowong Cemetery. To conclude the YouTube, I've come into the Roma Street Parklands to Memorial Corner, to talk about a particularly important Rats of Tobruk memorial. Now, Gordon Wallace, who features as the state president on this tribute plaque for this very important Rats of Tobruk memorial in Memorial Corner, was instrumental in making sure the memory of the Rats of Tobruk was recognised. However, the efforts require a rebirth and a rethink to keep them fresh in people's mind. And it is for that reason that supporting the petition to name the place Private Alexandra Leslie at Mt Coot-tha in the Hoop Pine picnic area deserves support, because it is a very special story, but it is symbolic of all of the Rats of Tobruk, and it is just another way of getting the name and the memory of the Rats of Tobruk front and centre. And as you can tell by the crowd, this place is still a special place in the memory of ex-servicemen, as they plant a tree in the corner for serving men and women of the Afghan conflict. Least we forget